Okay, I think this is working. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make this really quick because I have people coming over for dinner. But first step, which I'm not gonna do, moisturize your face. That's the number one way to not let it get cakey. So I did that already in the bathroom. Okay, so I have a different foundation than you. So I take it on a brush, which you'll be using Beauty Blender. I just don't feel like cleaning and doing mine right now. So you can, like, the one you're using is a spatula. I have it, it's just way too light for me right now. So I take it and I just like paint my face with it. Because then it's just more hygienic. So I just like two streaks on my cheeks, one or two on my forehead. Like, you don't want to overdo it, but you want to be generous enough. If you do too much, it'll look cakey. So I'm gonna just pump some out on my brush, and so you will be tapping it in with a sponge, which would look more like this motion or this motion, but this is just a preference with this particular foundation. I do a little extra around my chin because of my issue. Cancel out some of the darkness. Make sure you're bringing it down your neck because you don't want demarcation lines where people can see the color of where your foundation was. Make sure you get it good and under the eyes. It's actually going to be easier for you to get in there with your sponge. But it is for me with a brush. You just really want it to see, like, you don't really look cakey at all. It kind of looks a little wet, which it'll settle in. Matches my chest pretty well. Just a little on the forehead. Okay. Okay, and then just kind of make sure everything is good to go. You can do your eyes if you want to kind of set up base for them, which will help your eyeshadow look better for longer. Okay, then I am going to take my concealer using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, which is different than the one I told you to get, which was stupid, but the one you got is my other favorite. Shoot, I usually use a sponge for this. I really don't feel like going and cleaning it off. Okay, I think I'm just going to, oh God, hold on. Okay, see, it's like about double the size now. I don't know if you remember really what it looked like. So this is how you're gonna do your concealer. Not too much. You're gonna go, so a lot of people will make a triangle. I think that's too much. I just go like this and under. So kind of like a greater than sign. And then it's gonna seem like a lot, but it's gonna blend right out. Okay, we're already blending and tapping. You never wanna, here comes Maisie. You never wanna pull with your sponge. You only want to tap. You don't want to pull around your face like you would with a brush. Okay, see the difference? We're a little brighter, I don't know. And this side, I do each side one by one so that the product doesn't get too dry under my eye and make it harder for me to spread it, because some products are dry quicker than others. And then when you go to do this, you will have a much harder time blending it out. Okay, then I usually take like whatever's just left on my brush and I go around here because my upper lip is a smidge darker. I will beat some down my nose just like this, kind of pull up the high points of your face. Okay, then mine is busted. I have a new one somewhere, but it's in the storage unit, so we're just going to swirl. I always start first under my eyes. You want to really set this. This is going to make it so it doesn't look so oily. It's going to last longer. You're not going to be so shiny. And then also throughout the night, you can touch up with powder. If you're starting to get like shiny, amazing back. If you're starting to get shiny, or whatever, you can just powder yourself. Oh my god, I totally forgot to do primer. Shoot, I'm so sorry. I don't usually use it unless I'm doing something nice, but you'll have this. You'll take it on your hand and you will press it like multiple fingers, and you will press it into the skin in this motion, like a pressing motion. Don't drag it, don't smear it, press. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so back to powder. I'm pretty generous with my powder just because, like, I don't know, I'm freaking weird. I just am like, I don't want to be shiny. Not that I really ever am. I do bring it down my neck because it just actually gives a little extra coverage. And you don't want like your neck to be shiny. I just think it helps blend it. And as you can see, I'm not really like dragging it. I'm more like tapping it into my face. You don't want to disrupt the makeup that's underneath of it, which I hope makes sense. Okay, so that's all the easy part. Kind of foolproof. You can't really screw it up too bad. Bronzer. Mine looks a little different. It's older. It's the same stuff. So you're going to, ready? Swirl, swirl, swirl. Then you're going to want to tap. You don't want a bunch of extra product. So the key to bronzer, it's going to look the heaviest where you first put your brush. So you don't want to start it here because you're going to have a big blob. The best way to find the hollows of your cheeks is to, it usually starts at the upper end of your ear and goes down. So you can kind of see where mine go in here. And you follow that line. You stop it about right here. You don't want to bring it all the way. You're going to look like the Joker. So we put our brush first at the outside. Yeah.
You do me a big favor.
Uh-huh.
To see if you could go up to this, to the save just right down here on 32 and get me some more lettuce. This lettuce I got at Woodman's is like 30.
I can when I'm done with this.
Okay, well, because I have to make the salad.
I'm half done.
Okay.
Okay, did you hear that? So you want to focus the main part of the product out here, and then you're going to bring it in kind of like windshield wiper motions. I hope that makes sense. And then see, it doesn't look muddy, it looks very natural. Again, this next side, swirl, swirl, tap it off. If I was going to be in a wedding, I'd be doing probably a lot more cream and this and that and others, but it's just not realistic for you to just do. And you know, this is like the easy. Okay, then I told you, so we did our hollows. We are going to tap, tap, tap. Forehead. You don't want the whole forehead. You want the rim, your hairline, where you would naturally get more tan. So you're going to just kind of blend this in. You kind of almost make a 3 with your face, like 3. This side. And just kind of blend them up the top together. Okay, so I've darkened my high points, or where I would get more sun. Then you're gonna do your jawline. I don't have much of a jawline, so this gives me one. And also makes your face look thinner. It's not super dramatic, but you can see the difference. Now you may have a line, like where it looks like an obvious line, but I promise you no one's gonna notice it, and in pictures it's gonna look really good. Okay, so blush, it's easy. I use like more of a orangey toned one, just because of my skin tone. So you just, again, swirl, 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 tap it off, smile with your teeth, you don't have to. Apples, and then I bring it back just a smidge over my contour. But there's barely any product on the brush, so it's not, I don't look like a clown. Hey, Maisie May. I'm gonna do all my eyeliner or my eyeshadow with the same brush because you're working with one brush. It's relatively the same size as this. So I will show you on, I'm going to take this middle shade. Okay, this is going to be our transition shade. I'm going to swirl, tap. You never want a bunch of excess product, okay? Start in the middle of your eye. Windshield wiper motions, back and forth, in the crease only. So we're darkening our crease. It's going to give our eye some dimension and shape. Okay. So see, like, dimension, my lid intact. Same thing on the other eye. Windshield wiper motions, back and forth, back and forth. You don't want this to look like a streak. You want it to look very blended. And, okay, so my everyday makeup, I wouldn't usually darken the outside, but because you're in a wedding, sorry, I had to find a dark brown. Okay, so I'm gonna take a darker brown shade, which you should have in your palette, like something like this. This is gonna be really dark, so something like this. Swirl, 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 tap, and I'm only going to focus that on my outer lid and right in this outer V. I'm not gonna drag it the whole way, okay? So we're gonna tap, 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 and then we're gonna windshield wiper it so there's no bad lines. And then once we've kind of concentrated it there, then I'm gonna drag it in just a smidge so that it doesn't look like there's a line. Okay. So again, outer corner and outer V. And we're just gonna windshield wiper it back and forth in there. This side of my face is looking lighter because the window is over here. Promise you they're even. And then eventually you're gonna bring it back a little. Actually, I do need a little more on this one. Okay. That's probably about as good as we're gonna get. Okay. So then, I'm gonna go crazy with the glitter. I'm just gonna take like a nice, light, shimmery shade. Of course, I don't really have because of who I am as a person. But like, something like light like this. Or even like this. These are like glitter though, so and that's what's gonna go on our lid. And it's just gonna make your eyes bright. So this is gonna sound really gross. This is the best way to do it. Lick your finger, dip it in that shade. This is gonna be the best way to get it to stay on your eye. So you're gonna take it from here until about halfway, and then we're gonna eventually blend it again. So make sure you get it nice and in that inner corner. You can go back for a little more if you need to. Okay, you see, just pop it up, lick, swirl. Go back for a little more. Okay. Wipe your fingers off. And then we're going to take that same exact brush and we're just going to kind of blend that. Not blend all the colors in, but you just want to blend the edges. Like where it's meeting the other colors. Okay. So I am going to do my eyebrows because that's my choice. So if you have eyebrow stuff, this is good. I use a pencil. I don't use powder or pomade. Personal preference. I just kind of, if you're using a pencil, you just want to flick it like a hair stroke. You can just kind of follow the natural shape of your brow. I drag them out a little further because my brows actually come all the way out here. You just can't see them. I do bring my tail down a smidge. Now, if you're not comfortable doing this, or you just don't want to, or whatever, this took me a long time to figure out how I want them to look, what looked the best. This is not like super easy. And I don't say that to toot my own horn. I'm just saying if you're choosing to do this and they don't look right, do not beat yourself up. My eyebrows are also much lighter than my hair. And I really, personally, like a really bold, I mean, this isn't as bold as I normally go, but I like a bold brow. Again, totally just preference. Okay. So, sisters, not twins. They're never going to be 100% even. So I take the spoolie on the back and I just kind of go through them. I actually bring it in a little to kind of drag some of the extra to make the like this part look more natural. And then I just drag it through and drag it down the little tail to kind of like make it look a bit more natural. Okay. And I'm pretty happy with those considering I haven't done makeup in like 3 months. So then if you want to do eyeliner, remember what I told you. Do not line your lower lash line unless you're lining your upper lash line. It will make your eyes look like little peanuts. I'm not doing eyeliner today. Okay. I'm not doing eyeliner today. But if I did, I would just do a top wing. And I wouldn't line my bottom lashes at all. I'm gonna skip straight to mascara, which I just bought a new one because mine is quiche. And I have to go get, so hold on. Okay, sorry, I gotta go to the car. Over. So, using Kim like a luggage tag. This is ridiculous. Okay, L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Same stuff I told you to get. I am, however, using a primer, which I didn't tell you to get because it's stupid. I just wanted to try it. So I guess you can kind of disregard this part. The primer just kind of gives the mascara something to hold on to. It like helps lengthen your lashes. It's the same as like if you've ever seen somebody put like baby powder on their eyelashes or like use Unique mascara like a fiber. Oh. Okay. Whatever, this is like good enough. I feel like those probably need to dry. But fuck it. Okay. Lash Paradise. I'm gonna try to do this so you can see, but I mean, you've put mascara on before. So Okay. So that's one coat. I will do two. Yeah, curl your eyelashes if you like eyelash curlers or you have one. I just don't have one with me. But I would usually do that because my eyelashes kind of go. So then we're going. Oh no. The fuck. Okay. I'm gonna take it to the other side. Okay. So here we are. I'm gonna go over both of them again. Okay. Okay, this one got a little spider again. Fortunately. So now you can put some mascara on like your lower lash line if you want. I don't unless I've got like a full glam on because I have really like they like always like get smudgy underneath even though I use waterproof. I don't know why. If I was in a wedding, I'd probably maybe do some false eyelashes, a little highlighter, but it's already enough information. My thing with weddings when I'm in weddings is like very clean, light, neutral makeup. Unless you're a bride, of course. So that's that. I didn't tell you to get this because it's not necessary, but there is something called a setting spray. If somebody else there has it, you want to use it, that'll help your makeup last. And if it does look cakey, it'll actually kind of melt that cakiness. But just remember to moisturize, and you got this. It's really not that hard. Don't think too much about it. Okay, so I'm gonna go now. Good luck. Bye.